Hello there, everyone. We're taking a bit of a break from Digi Level 2 due to the fact that a little bit burnt out from the first three episodes. That was a lot of work. So the next three episodes, which require a bit of extra filming on our part, we're taking a mid-season break. They'll be back soon enough, but we're going to fill the void in the meantime with other little bits of fun of us playing games and shiz. So, saying that, this isn't a game that we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at, off the back of the most recent episode, one of Rare's earliest NES games. And this is not a game. I just said that, didn't I? One of Rare's earliest NES products, which wasn't a game. It was something called Taboo The Sixth Sense. Let's try saying that with a snake in your mouth. I don't know what I mean by that. Anyway, it's called Taboo The Sixth Sense. I can't say it. It's the tarot game. It was created for Rare by a guy called, I'm going to look up his name now while we're talking. His name was Jules Jameson, who currently runs Greenhill Enviro Technologies. However, he was one of the co-creators of the excellent Cannon Fodder and was senior producer on the underrated G-Police Weapons of Justice. So how about that? Also Beverly Hills Cop on the Amiga and Atari ST. So I thought this would be interesting because it kind of shows where Ultimate Play the Game went next, which was, well, initially doing stuff for the NES, but particularly doing anything. They became a very different sort of company rather than what they were when they were Ultimate Play the Game, which was, you know, very sort of curated games that were very much in their house style. They basically sort of put out, well, whatever would bring in money. So they did a lot of licensed stuff for lots of different companies, but always sort of for the NES initially. However, for this, Taboo The Sixth Sense, which I think I said it right that time, which is arguably probably the most atypical of their titles that they were responsible for. It was published by Trade West in, I believe, looking at Wikipedia. I can't find it. Here it is. 1989, I think. So it was quite a late era NES game. You know, it I don't even know if it came out in the UK, but I mean, it's not the only tarot game. It's not a game product to have come out, but because we're dealing with all that kind of mystical shiz, I've invited my dear wife Sanja here to experience it with me. How are you, Sanja?
Hi, fine. Just taking a break from the crystal shop. Thought I'd
Yes,
come and
sorry, Law. Yes, Law.
yeah,
You spend all your time in that crystal shop, don't you?
love it.
What no one else has picked up on yet is the fact that in the prequel, which only 3,000 people have watched, don't know why you've all skipped that. It was excellent. Our zombie thing. You died in that, so
I did. So this is actually my ghost.
Okay, you're a
Oh, my
ghost now.
spirit. My spirit. Let's
You're
say I have embodied I've pulled together all the carbon in the atmosphere and in the soil and stuff and created this fake body which I have now my spirit has inhabited just for this time with you.
I like to think of you as my conjugal ghost.
Wow.
My own personal incubus.
Lovely.
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 Lovely. Something that's quite interesting about this game is that there's an urban legend surrounding it
What is it?
that apparently it managed to predict the dates of death for several teenage users of it.
For real, like it accurately predicted their date of death.
Again, I use the words urban legend. So
Oh, you don't have these people's names
yeah, it's
and
not
addresses.
not to hand, or date, or even their
Would
date of death. But it is often listed on, lists of games that have a creepy reputation.
Oh, it's a
Yes,
dangerous game. So is it an option in this game to choose or to see your date of death?
I don't know because I've not played it.
I'm a little bit
Again, it's not a
scared.
game, but for the purposes of having to not correct ourselves for the remainder of this short video. Let's just call it a game.
Okay, for this video, it is a game.
It is a game. Let me just read the introduction from the manual. Peering back into the shady twilight of man's past, when the forces of nature and the elements were supreme, there existed three things: life, the present, and the future. Man had no need for further complication in his uncluttered life, and sought only truth. The first two he already held, life and the present. The future had always been just beyond his grasp. The third he sought, the truth, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on, the future is, right, this is like the books that you read, isn't it? This is the sort of guff you get into them. It goes on to describe the various different cards and, you know, that you may get.
So they're actual tarot cards.
Oh, look what that says.
Where
huge letters.
Your date of death.
No, look what it says. Taboo is
not a game.
So...
with it said with an exclamation mark.
Yeah, so it's almost
so what is it?
It's almost like the creators of this knew that we were going to be making this video and repeatedly refer to it as a game. By the way, if you hear any squeaking in the background, we're not squashing mice underneath our buttocks. We're sat on the sofa together because it was an easier way to sort of do this. So, and the sofa, it's a leather sofa, and it's squeaking as we move around.
Yes.
Yes.
So wait, what does it say anywhere? Taboo is not a game, but exactly who created this mystical, magical, these? Exactly.
You're
who
right there.
created the magical
quite hard
images.
reading, isn't it?
It is really difficult. The sheer fact that the cards have survived the centuries in their original form is some testimony to the latent power that is stored within the startling and often disturbing images of the tarot.
Yes.
What Taboo can or cannot do.
It says Taboo cannot predict a fixed and fated future, but it can predict a series of events that may come to pass. May. I mean, it's not exactly...
I mean, the thing is, if you believe in, like... infinite parallel realities, then any future may come to pass, right?
Yes, literally any future.
So, you know, so what it cannot do, can it, I don't know, skip around? No.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What on earth do you mean?
Let's keep going. Hang on, what was that question? Will I pass my driving test?
That's an example question.
Oh.
I already have, so I'm not going to ask that.
Once the question has been asked, then the cartridge will allow you to shuffle the images to your liking and then proceed to deal the images into the Celtic cross arrangement.
It is important for some kind of ritual to be acknowledged whilst intending to use the Taboo cartridge to attune one's mind to the feeling of the images, so that during the shuffling period of the experience you will feel the way that you wish to shuffle, and the cartridge will do so accordingly. So we've got to do a ritual.
Oh.
Have you got any of that sage that we can smudge around the place, put an incense on, ring some bells, wave a crystal?
Oh, yes. And I don't have any bells that I know of.
A bell-less wonder. That's...
We could light some incense and wave a crystal.
Let's not bother. Let's not bother doing that.
Okay, well, what's a ritual that we could hum or whistle or something? But that'll be annoying to people listening.
I think that's a bit annoying.
We can hold our breath.
I think that's a bit annoying.
Let's hold our breath. No one's going to know if we do it or not.
No, it's a bit annoying. All right, let's just say we've done a ritual. Right, I think, well, this explains how to read the cards. So we'll refer back to this when we get to it. Let's just skip to the game that's not a game. Okay, here we go.
Did you ever play this in...
No, I never had an NES.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Look at that. Rare.
Oh, Wizard. 1988. Oh, my brother was born in that year.
Oh, okay. There's a funny sun.
There's a sun, and the O has a skull in it.
Yeah, but...
That's a bit scary, isn't it?
Who's that? Look, it's a jester.
It's a jester. Telling
all
you
that has been and all that will be is here for you to know. Dare you, no punctuation there, dare you glimpse the future, dare you, it could have done with a comma there, dare you even, okay, it's gone. Right, name.
You're taking too long, Paul.
Should I put my real name on here?
No, put Bummo.
We should probably explain what Bummo is.
Bummo is your game name. No,
it's not.
Bummo is your gaming / visiting heritage site and writing in their guest book name.
For some reason, whenever we go to like a stately home or something like that,
The Cadbury
The
Museum.
Cadbury Museum is where it started, where I wrote in the guest book there. Did I write Get Well Soon?
You wrote Get Well Soon.
And signed it Bummo. So I'm going to be doing here the American date of birth.
Okay.
So just bear that in mind if you're considering sending me any birthday presents this year. There you go. Look how old I am. What an old man. Sex, yes please. What you can't see, everyone, is Sanja's actually laughing at that. She's actually laughing at the thought of me wanting sex. Conjugal ghost. Right, we've got to think of a question. By the way, it looks like he's holding a fish, like a dead fish.
Yeah, it's a fish skeleton.
He could be she. But what do we think? What
question? Something does it have to be about a question about our future?
I don't know. You're the tarot expert.
I'm not a tarot expert. I don't know anything.
You know what?
I'm not a tarot expert. Tarot.
Tarot.
What's an interesting question we can ask?
Why is this taboo?
There you go. Why is this taboo?
No, that's not. It's got to be a question about like my present or future.
Oh.
Will I ever get out of debt? Will I ever be debt free? What's my favourite toy?
Okay.
No, that's not. Will I have a good year? Will this be a good year?
Yeah, but then what if it doesn't tell you a positive answer and then you subconsciously believe it?
Okay.
Right. Ask it a safe question that's not going to influence.
Look, Sanja, look, there's an option here to rub.
Oh my god, there actually is.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It rubs.
Oh.
I mean, they could have said delete, but no, rub. That is taboo. I don't know.
Who will win the election?
No. Will there be a third world war?
No, that's really depressing.
I'm doing it.
What about will it rain on Saturday?
No. I'm asking.
We can just check BBC.
No, we're asking the big questions.
This is going to take forever to write.
Okay, well, people can entertain themselves while I'm doing it.
Isn't it meant to be a personal question?
Well, if I die in a nuclear holocaust...
What if it says yes?
It doesn't say yes. It's all... Oh, I've got a rub again.
Cryptic.
But do you think it'll understand a WW3?
No.
All right. Okay, third.
I mean, I don't think it's actually interpreting your question. I think it's just going to give you random cards as answers, and then you interpret the cards with relation to your.
Is
question.
that how it works?
Yeah. Oh, I want to think of a question like an actual real life personal question.
Okay, so it's now put me down onto the next line. Okay, that'll do. Will there be a third world or WR? And that's a bit.
Oh my goodness!
Warning, everyone, that's
This is giving me a migraine.
Jesus, that's awful. That is
this
awful.
Is
shuffling the card. Hey, wait, I'm going to be focusing. World War Three. Will there be? I don't want a World War Three. So, right, card 1. You won the Knight of Cups. I will now deal the cards.
What does that?
2.
What does you won the Knight of Cups?
I don't know. You own tarot packs.
Before we sat down to do this, I told you I don't understand the tarot.
Well, why did you always ask for tarot card packs for Christmas?
They're not tarot cards, though. They're just like
angel cards.
Or they're like crystals or
significator card.
All right.
Your present position is possible delay or separation. What's that from?
A delay to the Third World War?
Your present position is a possible delay or separation.
Okay, so Third World War has been delayed, everyone.
Or does that mean
You're
I need
safe.
to separate myself from it to stop living near like air bases and stuff so that I don't get bombed?
Possibly.
All right.
Remember, it's your interpretation of the card that counts.
Means move to Scotland. No, there's loads of bases up there. Move to the middle of Australia.
Yeah, they used to use that as nuclear testing site.
Well, I bet no one's going to bomb Uluru.
Well, they won't even let us live there, though, because it's sacred.
That's true. Right,
we're not sacred enough.
Next card.
All right.
Next one. This one is the crossing card. The Nine of Staffs.
Staff.
Presently influencing you is setbacks or hindrance to overcome. What? So I've got... Oh, I shouldn't have asked this question.
No, it's a terrible question for this game.
Presently influencing you is setbacks or hindrances to overcome. So, for instance...
the current war.
Warmongers.
At the moment.
The current
warmongers and politicians are setbacks.
I mean, Donald Trump feeling that he's okay to encourage Russia to attack NATO.
Oh.
Did you not know that?
No.
Oh, you not hear that on his speech?
No.
If
I
NATO...
thought he was anti-war, not that I'm pro-Trump.
Yeah, but he's also pro-Russia, isn't he?
Oh my God, help us, please.
And if he said if NATO members don't pay their fair share, then he said he'd actually encourage Putin to attack them. So basically, like a kind of global protection racket.
He's really something else.
Yeah.
So we have to distance ourselves from him.
Well,
he's a setback and a hindrance for us to overcome.
But how can we overcome it? We live over here. But also we've got the current government and the opposition who seem to be quite happy to pick and choose the wars that they support and the humanitarian crises that they support. So maybe we certainly have to...
They're a hindrance.
Yeah. All right. Bear that in mind at the next election. Right. Here we go.
I need to cough. I need to cough. Okay.
Sanja just coughing there, everyone. She's just having a little cough. Crowning card. By the way, can I say, you can't hear it, Sanja, because I've got headphones on, you haven't. The music is completely wrong for this. It's like a kind of...
Can I hear it?
Role-playing game or platformer.
It's not a game, so they got that wrong.
No. What I said was correct. I said it's like the music from a role-playing game or a platform.
Wow. Jaunty music for such a serious subject.
It's wrong, isn't it? Right, crowning card. Sanja's just having another little cough there. Just having a little
Getting
cough.
over a cold.
Your near-term goal or destiny is influenced by a craving for learning and knowledge, so I need to keep doom scrolling.
Keep doom scrolling. Keep reading the news. Keep listening to depressing podcasts, watching depressing documentaries.
Okay, next one.
But is that, sorry, is that keep doing that if you want a war, or keep doing that if you don't want a war?
Right, present events are based on an extravagance, rashness, risk or passion, possible error. The Fool. It's Trump. This is predicting Trump.
All politicians.
He's gonna, well, yeah, but Trump, he's gonna win the next election, I'm telling you, based on this.
I hope you're wrong.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think Biden's much better. But
well, are any politicians actually good?
No, this is why I've decided to become an anarchist.
Yeah, you are.
Right, next one, The Fool. Oh, it looks like Princess Leia from oh no, it says she's got 3 boobs.
Does she?
Look.
No, she's only got 2.
There's 3 nipples.
There's 2. The middle thing's a scepter. Where's the third nipple?
Beg your pardon.
Point out the third nipple.
Look. 1, 2, 3.
No, that's the gap that's the cleavage. You can only see a little bit of it because the scepter is covering the rest of it.
Okay, anyway, the High Priestess. Previous influences exerting pressure are experience lack of patience. Lack of patience with others. That doesn't make any sense.
Previous influences in exerting pressure. So maybe Putin is experiencing a lack of patience with others, or Trump.
Right.
Or certain. Let's not name names. Let's not name names.
Why?
Certain politicians, because I don't know all their names.
You didn't even know. Yeah, I know. Sanja gets all her news from me, don't you?
Yeah, I hate reading the news. No, I will. If I have to, I'll read it. Otherwise, I get it either from you or your mum.
Yeah.
I mean, your mum loves listening to Alexa, so, it's the quickest road to the news is just, ask one of you what's going on.
By the way, does anyone else have an elderly parent? Maybe one who lives alone, whose best friend is like their Alexa or or Siri or Google Play. Is it Google Play or whatever it is? Basically, my mum thinks Alexa is her friend, and
she does.
It says good morning to her, and she loves it.
Yeah.
Also, has anyone experimented with asking Alexa to fart
and burp?
And burp. What is mental about that is that Alexa doesn't want to stop. After you ask Alexa to do a fart, Alexa will then go, "Oh, ask me to do a wet fart."
Yeah.
It basically, it loves the attention.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
she
got
does it with burps as well.
Yeah, ask me to do an epic burp. Okay, he does an epic burp. Ask me to do a tiny burp, and then it will just keep going.
Can you do that? Can you do a tiny burp?
Uh,
That was tiny. Can you do a juicy burp? That sounded like a frog.
Go on.
I'm sorry to all our squeamish viewers. Can you do a burp that sounds like a zebra?
Zebra.
Our apologies to any squeamish viewers right now.
Let's move along from Three Nips. What's this?
Ooh, forthcoming
Justice.
influences. Justice. The near forthcoming influence is the outcome
Of any dispute will be fair or
favourable.
Oh, that could
This
be good.
is
for the
good.
future.
This
That's
is good.
Justice.
Okay, justice. I mean, I find it hard to believe, but you know,
Yeah, in the world we live in, there's no justice, is there?
we'll see. I'll believe it when I see it.
Next one. Is that it? Is that it? Oh no, is this the last one? Where one finds oneself. Card the King's your present situation attitude.
He's a friendly, educated gentleman. I guess that's because you like doom scrolling and reading the news.
Is that talking about me, or is it talking about President Biden? I would describe him as a friendly, educated gentleman. I would.
Why
also...
are you only picking American politicians?
Oh, because we don't count.
You're throwing in an occasional Russian one, but
We don't count. We're just nothing. All we are is the little weedy, nerdy kid who hangs around with the bully so they don't get beaten up. That's what we are. You know, we got ideas above our station because we used to be bullies. Views of others. Card the magician. Others view you as capable of influencing others. Really?
Oh, the UK. Oh, that's a bit weird coming off the back of the statement you just said.
Okay, have I influenced any of you?
No, I'm talking about the UK. Maybe it's saying the UK aren't weedy bullies, but they are influential.
Well, we've got a degree of influence because we've always had this. Sorry, this has all become very political. Well, let's watch Mr Biffo's Let's Play. It's like gone on
World War III.
And then he started burping in the middle of it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Britain does have a degree of influence on the world stage, but you know, it's fairly clear that, that America will happily ignore us.
The cards say otherwise. The cards say that we are capable of influencing others.
Do you know what I read this week? So, because I'm reading this book about World War II,
yeah,
how it started. The Americans didn't want anything to do with it. They didn't want to help us.
So how did they get roped in?
Right, the reason they got roped in is
money.
Is the Germans.
Sorry, no offense, American.
The Germans captured an American cargo ship,
right,
and that turned American public opinion against the Germans.
Wow.
And then the Americans started providing us and France with weapons.
Whoa,
I didn't want anything to do with it.
Wow, that was a big change. Quick big change.
Thank you for your insight there. Thank you for watching Newsnight. Our guests tonight have been Mr Biffo, Sanja Rose, and Paddy McGuinness. All right, last two. Oh, hopes and fears. The two. Your inner hopes and fears are a position of authority. What does this even mean? Also, that looks like a Cheeto. Look at that thing. The staff looks like a Cheeto, doesn't it? Or
I wouldn't eat a Cheeto that looked like.
Oh, a knick-knack.
What's the thing on top? Is that a number 2?
I think the thing underneath is as well. I don't know what that means. This is just rubbish, isn't it? It's like people...
I think it's saying trust your gut, Paul.
All right, keep going. Last one. This is rubbish. It's like, why did...
maybe we needed to ask a more personal question.
Final outcome, card the Knight of Cups. The culmination of the events revealed before will be an inducement or message.
The culmination of the events revealed before
will be an inducement or... I don't understand.
Which events? Is it talking about real life past events, or is it talking about the cards?
will be an
what was
inducement or
revealed
message.
in the cards.
Well, or is it if it's
I mean,
past events? It
then
might say.
obviously all past events lead to present events and future events.
Well, maybe the
Thanks
message
a lot,
is
cards.
maybe the message is that Biden will win again.
You just swore that you knew Trump was going to win.
I'm interpreting
Well,
the
the cards revealed that Trump was going to be. Oh, go on. The
Did
cards
they?
revealed. Well, that's what
You're
you
right. You're
said.
struggling there.
Yeah.
Well,
You said the
card.
cards
Well, where?
revealed that Trump was going to win.
I'm not an authority on this, and also I think this is all guff.
Okay, but now
Right,
you're
what's it?
saying
Right, now we can pick our. We can't do this because our state is not an American state. This is your lottery numbers, basically.
Let's pretend we live in Arizona.
Where are lucky numbers?
26, 33, 13. Quick, go and play the lottery.
Imagine if they come up tonight. Well, that's it. What a load of rubbish.
Oh, I think we should have asked a more personal question.
Well, I'm not making people sit through all that again. They probably struggle with this as it is.
Sorry about all the politics.
Are you? There are deep, insightful analysis.
Political
look,
insight.
great. Now it's come up with a corpse in a coffin.
Oh my god, a death date.
Right, I've had enough of this. Right.
Good little game.
Not game. Right, thank you everyone for enduring this. We'll do another one of these soon. I hope you enjoyed it on some level. We'll make it.
Hope
probably
your future is bright.
Well-
Remember, you make your own future. You create your own destiny.
Yes, Sanja, get back. Get back
Yeah,
to the crystal shop. There's customers. I'll stay down here in the bunker. Important lore, blah blah blah. Yes, bear with us. Digi Level 2 will be back soon. We've just got to do a bit more work on the last 3 episodes, and I need to be a bit less knackered. That is all. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching so far. Bye. I'm not saying bye.
I
then.
thought I'd said bye. I
Okay.
thought I'd gone back to the crystal shop.
Okay. Right. See ya.
Okay.